Hey everybody, I'm Ken.
And I'm Harold.
You know, if you're looking around right now, you see the trees, you see some of the colors are starting to change, see a little bit of yellow back here, some red over here, and that can mean, well, one of two things. It can mean it's either football season, which it is.
It is.
But it can also mean Thanksgiving is around the corner. And so Thanksgiving means turkey. And I got to say, out of everything that I did last year, this was the most intimidating part of it, was doing a turkey. It feels kind of complicated. It feels a little bit scary. I'd never done that before, but you talked me into it, and I did it, and it turned out to be one of the greatest experiences I had grilling. Now, some people, when they get to the fall, they put their grill up and go, I'll cover that up, and I'll see that in the springtime.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was actually just this morning listening to the local news, and heard the guy on there. He said, it's about to be barbecue season. And I thought, it's barbecue season all the time around here. But you're right. Most people, they've got a grill on the back porch. Once it starts getting colder, they want to put it away. To me, it's just started. I mean, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. I mean, there's so many things that you can do on a grill, whether it's a green egg or a Traeger or a gas grill. There's no end to it. Turkey, it can be intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. And we're going to do a couple different kind of things with turkeys this time. We're going to show you a couple different processes, and we're going to walk through.
Let's talk about the basic right now, the basic what we've done. Before, I'm kind of looking over your shoulder. I noticed this. We're at Stockburger Barbecue out here. I noticed.
Yeah.
It's like an orange thing. What
Go Vols.
Who won the game this year?
Tennessee.
Tennessee won.
The
Alabama
game.
fans. You know what they're talking about.
I know.
Okay. Sorry about that. Don't turn us off right now. Keep going. We're past it. Okay. But you brined this.
I brined it.
So some people like me, I didn't really know what it meant to brine a turkey. Tell us the process you went through for this.
There's let me back up just a hair before we go into this. Some people brine. Mm-hmm. Some people inject. Some do neither. And there's no right or wrong way. I like brining. I've got friends who love to inject. And what brining does, it adds some flavor to the interior of the meat itself. This was and the two brines that we're using today are 24-hour brines. And they're a combination of salt, sugar, spices. There's people who make their own brines. I mean, I've seen people cutting up oranges and all kinds of stuff to make their own brines. One of the things that it does, it also, if you have the time, a lot of people will tell you after you brine the turkey, take it out, pat it dry, stick it back in your refrigerator for about 12 hours uncovered, and it'll actually make that skin crisp up a little bit. So you kind of get that little more crispier skin. We don't have time to do that today, but it is an option.
So the brine is basically it's packaged that I got at your store. Let's see. What that looks like.
This one was the Lane's Barbecue signature brine right here, and it's let's see what's in it: salt, brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, vinegar powder, garlic, sage, cayenne, and just some other spices.
And so you just get your bucket here, which that's the Ace Hardware bucket that we got. It's what I have at my house too. Fill that thing up with the amount of water they tell you to fill it up with, and then you mix that in there. Just mix it all in. And you let that thing, let it go, sit there for basically this bag. You kind of wrap it up, let it sit for 24 hours.
Right. I use the brine bags. This is a bag that I carry. It's called by Chef Jason Morse of Barbecue Provisions, and I put the bag down in the bucket and then work from there. There are people who will brine directly in a bucket. There are people who will brine in like a Tupperware container. If you do use directly in a bucket, I recommend that you go in a food safe bucket. Mm-hmm. We do carry those as well, but I like the bags. I mean, I can do it all right there. I can yank this thing out, tie it up, and stick it in the refrigerator or my cooler. A lot of times I will stick it in the big cooler and pour some ice on it. There is another brine that I use by my friend Trey Scarborough out of Nashville that's actually a 72-hour brine. Now, let me just say this before you even start. Knowing that you're going to brine, Thanksgiving is on Thursday. Be thinking about when that turkey needs to come out of the freezer because it is going to matter a lot.
that was a big deal with me because you get that turkey, it's a brick.
Yeah, it
when
is.
you first get it.
Even these, I took them out Sunday, and I went to, get them yesterday. They still were a little bit, so I really should have taken them out on Saturday.
I don't know if you remember this or not, but we went through this conversation last year, and I called him in a panic on Tuesday, and I was like, Harold, this thing is not thawed out at all. It just feels like it's still solid. He's like, well, you got to get some hot water, and you have to do that. And I had to go extra miles. So this year, I'm actually going to start on Friday this year.
It's not going to hurt anything to thaw it out a little sooner.
Yeah.
But just make sure you give yourself that amount of time, because the last thing you want is to decide, like you said, on Tuesday, I need to take it out. And then, you want to have this thing ready to go on Thursday morning.
Yeah, it was not good. Not good. So let's talk about the process. So the first process, thaw it out. That takes several days. Next process, brine it if you want to brine it. But then let's talk about what you're going to do. After the brine, what happens?
Okay, let's back up to the very, for those who have never messed with a turkey before.
Yeah.
Because there are surprises with a turkey that most people don't realize, and I've heard this so many times. There's things inside a turkey. Whenever you take the wrapper off of it, you've got a plastic stay on the back that usually holds the legs together. You won't take that off, get rid of it. Sometimes you've got the little pop-up button that is on it to actually, if you're cooking it in the oven, tell you what the temperature is. You also have the neck and the giblets that are stuffed inside of the turkey, usually one on the back and one on the front.
Do you remember when I was trying to get that out? And I was trying to, there was a plastic handle, and I was trying to pull that stuff out of there. And I was yanking on it. I said, Harold, I don't know. I called him up and said, I don't know what I'm doing here. I said, I can't get this out. I'm afraid I don't want to break it. I don't know what to do. And you remember what you told me? You said, pull harder.
Yeah, exactly. And
it went, and it came right out.
And going back to the thawing process, if it's still a little bit frozen,
right,
it will make it that much harder to get it out. So it can be difficult.
Yeah.
Play with it and you'll get it out of there.
Yeah,
so,
and I did.
But make sure that you get everything out of there. At that point, what I do is I literally, once I've got everything out and got the inside cleaned out, I put it in the bucket, in the bag, and then I start, and I've already actually mixed up my brine inside the bucket. So put it in there, tie it up. And like I said, either I go and put it in my cooler with ice, or I'll stick it in the refrigerator and let it set for 24 hours. And then we're where we're at right now and fixing to take it out and start prepping it.
Okay, so we're going to start prepping it, but let's go through this. There is the thawing out, there's the removal of all the interior stuff, there's the brine, and then there's the prep of this thing. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we're
going to actually put it on the smoker.
Put it on the smoker, smoking of the thing, pull it off of the thing, cut the thing, eat the thing, about in that order.
That's it.
Okay, well, I'm going to let the master do his thing over here. Welcome. We are glad you're here for this Thanksgiving turkey. It is going to be an awesome time. Your family is going to love you. And listen, we're not just doing this too, I should say this. There's another part of this coming up that you're going to love as well, and that is the spatchcock.
Right.
And that is turkey with cook time cut in half, if not more.
Exactly.
And still, it's juicy, it's amazing. And so I'm going to go ahead and tell you, this year, I'm going to do that one. That I didn't attempt to spatchcock it last time. This year, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to learn how to do it right here with Harold this year. So I'm excited about this. Thanks for joining us for this, and get ready. You're going to love this.
We've taken our first turkey out of the brine and got it up here on our prep table. And I'm literally just going to take a few paper towels and just kind of wipe this thing off to get the excess water off of it, because we're going to actually start putting the rubs on it now. I'm using a rub combination that is developed by my friend Ryan Lane at Lane's Barbecue in Bethlehem, Georgia, and he's actually introduced a brine kit this year. The kit comes with one brine bag. It comes with the signature brine. It also comes with these two newer rubs. One is called SPG and one is called Spellbound. The SPG is simple, just salt, pepper, garlic, and Spellbound's got a little spice, a little chili powder, and some stuff like that in it. I think a little brown sugar. So that's going to add some additional flavor there. So I'm going to, because, you know, we talk about crisp skin. One of the things I found that really crisps skin up is duck fat. So as my binder today, I'm going to actually spray this with duck fat. And just kind of make sure that gets all over. And then I'm going to, no particular order, I'm going to take my rubs and I'm just going to start putting them on it. And this one also is going to give us that really beautiful color that we look for. And with that, we're ready to go in the smoker. I'm using green egg charcoal, and my favorite on poultry, pecan wood. I'm going a little warmer today just to, you know, speed this process up. If I was doing this for here at home, I'd probably go about 250 degrees. I'm going just a little over 300 today, so that's going to speed us up a little bit. So let's go. Let's put it in here. I'm going to remember, never forget, burp your grill before you raise it, just in case, so you don't get a flare up and lose arm hair. And then we're going to take this thing. You know, there's people who do this different ways. Some people put it breast down. I always try to put the breast up, and I'm going to let it sit on its back. And then I'm just going to kind of tuck. All right, and we're going to just let this go. And that's turkey number one. Turkey number two, we're going to do something a little different with this one today. We're going to do what we call spatchcocking. And what that is, we're going to take this turkey just like the last one, and we're going to actually take the backbone out of it, and then we're going to flip it over, and then we're going to you know, get it ready to cook. So with that being said, these are a pair of green egg scissors. You know, just a pair of really good kitchen shears will do the same thing. You just want something that's got the ability to cut through bone. And I'm going to cut literally up this backbone and try to cut just as close to it as possible without breaking off a lot of pieces into it or something like that. So just like this. And I'm going to just take and throw this away, and then we're going to take the the turkey, and we're going to flip it over and turn it breast side up. At that point, I'm going to just spread it out, and I'm going to literally take my hands and I'm going to crack it bone. And from there, we're going to just kind of lay it over like this, and then we're going to get ready to apply our rub. Now, I used the Meatchurch combination of brine for this particular turkey. I'm also going to, with the rub, I'm going to use their new Texas Sugar barbecue rub. It's literally it landed in my store this past Saturday, so it's brand new on the market. In my opinion, it's kind of akin to the honey hog with a little heat in it. It's got a little chili powder in it that I can taste. So we're going to rub this really good. And I tell you, one of the things about spatchcocking, as I talked, I've said, if you're in a hurry, this is a great way to get your turkey done faster. You can actually even, although we are still going to go indirect, you can even go direct this way because your meat is turned up instead of directly on the rack. So let's get my duck fat again, and I'm going to spray it. And then I'm going to just start applying the rub. Again, I'm just going to kind of fold the legs up on top of the breast, and then we're set to go into the egg. Again, I'm cooking a little warmer than I probably normally would, but we're still going to get a good smoke with the pecan wood that we're using. So just kind of hold it together because it is a little bit flexible on you since it's this way, and just kind of put it together inside there and close the egg down. And there's turkey number 2. We're going to go ahead and check our turkey now. This will be turkey number 1. Remember, this is the one that we did more traditional, left intact and putting the egg to smoke, just like you would if, and that most people would do it, for their Thanksgiving dinner. So let's check it. Normally I would put either a controller or an external probe into the turkey. Today I am using my instant read thermometer. And whenever you get ready to check the turkey, of course you can check the breast, whatever, but what I have found, the best place to check is right in here, right in the thigh area. And we're exactly 165 degrees in there right now. So, if you go up in the breast, we're hitting, into the 170 area. So we're good to go with this one. So we're going to go ahead and pull this one off. I've got my cotton gloves and the nitrile gloves on it, so I'm going to pick it up. One thing I do advise you do here, you first pick this thing up, pour the liquid out of it, because if you don't, you're going to get it everywhere. And then we're going to place this over on the cutting board and let it sit for just a few minutes, and then we're going to slice it, and we're going to enjoy it. So turkey number 1. All right, now for the real test. This is our turkey number 1 that we did with the Lane's brine and the Lane's SPG and the Lane's Spellbound rubs on it. So, it's been cooking in the smoker all afternoon. So now we're going to do what we all love to do, and that is slice into this thing. And it is tender and moist. You just see that. Look there. And now for the real test. And it's still hot. Thanksgiving turkey. All right, and here is the turkey that we spatchcocked. You can see, you know, little less, you know, the way it's kind of drawed in, the legs up on top here, but great presentation, and going to be an even better. You know, it's a lot quicker. I mean, we cooked this in about half the time that we did the other. So, yeah, if you're in a hurry, this is an excellent way to do your turkey, especially if you're having to do more than one. This is a smaller turkey. This one was only about 10 pounds. So, you know, it got a little done quicker than probably a larger one will, but same principle applies. You can do it a lot faster, and it's, you know, it's something different. You know, one thing I talk about a lot is trying to learn more, and this is just one more way of doing a Thanksgiving turkey, or a turkey for any time. I know a lot of people that love to cook turkeys year round. And so, you know, it's not just for Thanksgiving. So, you know, definitely something you want to try. If you notice, we did get a little darker with this one. We used the Meatchurch honey sugar, Texas sugar, I'm sorry, rub, which does have a lot more sugar in it. So that's why we're seeing a little bit more crusting. But I mean, the skin on this has got a nice crispness to it, so I think we're going to really enjoy this. I'm going to cut a couple pieces out of it, and let's see what we got here in a minute. Somebody who likes the drumsticks, you definitely can get to them a little better this way to cut them off, and you know, this is hot. So, all right, and there we go. Let that cool just a second, and we're going to take a little bit of a bite out of it. You can definitely taste that little bite that's in that Texas sugar rub. But again, an amazing turkey, spatchcocked and smoked on the big green egg. And with this, I'd just like to tell everybody, you know, happy Thanksgiving, and have a great time fixing your Thanksgiving dinner.